Hey Zone Leaders, this is Mr. Nick coming at you with a short little video today. First, I just want to say thank you for being a part of Zone this upcoming semester. We could not do Zone without you, and I have so much fun hanging out with you and the kids on Wednesday nights, and I don't take for granted the fact that you give up your Wednesday nights to be here in an environment that's high energy, that sometimes kids aren't listening, and sometimes probably not the most relaxing way to spend a Wednesday night. So I just want to say thank you for being a part of it, and I know the time that it takes to be here night after night throughout the semester. But I do think it's worth it, and I think it's important for us to do this, so I just want to say thank you for doing this. What I want to do here real fast is before we begin the semester, just take a couple of minutes here real fast. Let's go over and give you some tips and tricks for the semester to make sure you have a great semester, that the kids have a great semester. This isn't necessarily how Zone works, how the station works, what to do this in the small group. There might be a little bit of that, but if you don't already know how Zone works, I'll be meeting with you personally to go over that, just kind of walk through the structure of Zone. This is more of kind of the tips and tricks. So I just want to do something real quick, kind of short and sweet here, real fast. So I'm just going to jump right in. My first tip for a great semester is to set guidelines for your group and or station. So you know in Zone, if you've been a part of Zone before, that we have rules and guidelines that we give to the whole group. And those include participate, have fun, pay attention, respect others. But I'd encourage you just to take a couple steps further and give a couple specific boundaries or guidelines for your group. For example, in your station, if you're leading a station, maybe it's as they come in, they're not to touch anything on the table until you give them directions. Or maybe it's when I turn the lights off, everyone needs to stop talking. Or if I clap 3 times, everyone needs to stop talking and listen to what I'm saying, all right? Things like that, just kind of small things, but things that will help your station time go better. If you're in a small group, maybe it's who's going to carry the bin. Everyone each night will be in charge of carrying the bin. Each night someone's going to be in charge of passing things out in the journaling time. Or maybe it's we need to make sure we're listening to everyone that's talking. If you have something you want to say during journaling time, maybe you raise your hand. If you have something to say, maybe we're going to pass something around. So if you're holding the stuffed pig, you get to speak. Or if you have the pen, you get to speak. Everyone needs to listen. The next thing, another tip I'd have for you would be to focus on the kids. So we have an hour and 15 minutes a week with these kids, which isn't very much when you think of all the number of hours they have that they're doing different things during the week. We just want to make sure that this hour and 15 minutes is just a great experience for them. And I know for a fact that a lot of kids come to Zone or come to church and they're hurting. They're going through difficult times. And this is the one chance, maybe during the entire week, where they have people that care about them, who are interested in them, and able to show them God's love. And so we just want to make sure that that's a huge responsibility. And we just want to make sure that we're representing Jesus well to them. And so we just want to focus completely on them. So that means once our first kid arrives, that we're engaging with them, that we're talking with them. As our kids talk about things that are going on in their lives, we somehow take mental notes or actually write things down and follow up with them the following week. Say, hey, how'd that test go? Oh, hey, how's your basketball team doing? Or how's your grandma doing? How's she feeling? I know you mentioned that she was sick. And things like that. Just trying to follow up with them and just engaging with them. Also making sure in your group that everyone's having a chance to talk. If you have someone who's quiet and more withdrawn, and you have someone who talks a lot, just to make sure that person who's quiet, that you're engaging with them and giving them a chance to talk. Because we just want to make sure that everyone is feeling the love of Christ. I will just add one quick note, and that's just to be careful. One of the things that can take away from our attention and focus on the kids is our cell phone. And I won't tell you not to use your cell phone, because you'll see me using the cell phone at Zone. Like I'll get a text from a parent, or I'll be trying to take pictures. But just be really, really careful like how much we're using our cell phone. And I'd ask you just to use it very, very limited, only if it's really important to do that. So focus on the kids, set guidelines for your group and station. Number 3 is safety first. So when I think about safety at church, I think of it kind of in 3 ways. I think of spiritual safety, emotional safety, and physical safety. So obviously with physical safety, they're not to be like smashing in the walls, slamming doors, things like that. And I really need your help to kind of keep an eye on that. So if you see something that doesn't seem all that safe, to kind of pull the kid aside and say, hey, we can't do that, that's not safe. Another part of that safety is we are not to go into the bathrooms where the kids are. We have the family restroom around the corner, so just being careful about that. Another part of safety is the 2 adult rule. If you get to a room and you're the only adult with your kids in there, please either come get me or wait for the next group to come in with you, so that there's 2 adults or a youth leader and an adult leader together in that room. So never be alone with kids. That's just kind of a safety thing and for your protection too. The other thing is kind of a combo emotional and spiritual safety. When we have to talk about emotional safety, I think of making sure having our ears open for when kids might be saying unkind things to each other or not being respectful to each other, and you just need to have your ears open for that and just say, hey, that's not how we talk here. We don't do that here at church. We speak in love, we speak kindness, we choose kindness, and being aware of that. And so sometimes it's easy not to be paying attention to that, and like that could go over your head. That's happened to me. Like, what? They said what? I had no idea. But just to be extra intentional about listening for that and just guiding our kids to talk and treat others with respect and kindness. And then spiritual safety. One of the things in Zone is we talk about the Bible lesson and talk about the stories and just allow kids to explore what that story might mean, and explore their faith, especially if you're third and fourth graders. They might ask questions, and to be okay with the questions that they ask and help guide them along. And to know that you don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. But to be there alongside of them, allow them to know that this is a safe place where they can ask questions about God, where they know they're going to be treated with kindness and respect, and where they're going to be safe. So safety first, please. And then focus on the kids, set guidelines for your group. And then fourth thing is, please let me know how things are going. I know Wednesday nights, sometimes it's a little bit crazy. People are asking me all kinds of questions when I got my clipboard and trying to take notes, and I might seem discombobulated or whatever. But please don't feel bad to interrupt me or ask me something, or if there's a way I can help in your group, or for a kid that's not cooperating or the journal pages don't seem to make sense, please let me know. We can talk about that on a Wednesday. Just hey, pull me aside there, or drop me an email, and I'm happy to do this. So just please let me know how I can support you. So in your station, if the station activity isn't making sense or you're having trouble with it, please come and talk to me. I want to make sure that I'm available. And finally, just a couple quick words about those of you who are small group leaders who are doing journaling time. Just a couple things about that. First, when you're doing your journaling time, I'd like to encourage you that for the majority of the time, your kids are sitting with you, either at a table, or if you would prefer on the floor, you can sit on the floor. If you would like your journal room clear of tables and chairs, let me know, and I can easily get that done. Maybe not for this Wednesday, but maybe. But just let me know. That might be a cool way that you can sit on the floor in a circle and do that. But if you feel like you need the boundaries that a table provides, the table and chairs, we can do that as well. So make sure your kids are sitting with you most of the time. And that's also because there are other groups in your room, so if you're doing something, no matter how cool and fun, it might be disruptive to the next group. So just be aware of the other groups and not to be disruptive to them. I'd also like you to know, just to give a shot, give those questions on the journaling page a shot. Especially the ones where you can talk about what kids need to, what's going on in their lives, what can you pray for them, how do they need God's help. That's a great way to connect with them and to focus on them and to be able to pray for them, not only on Wednesday nights before they take off, but also during the week, to remember to be praying for them. If you don't want to have the kids write down, that's fine, every answer. But do try and pull them out and at least get the conversation started and have some faith conversations around it. The other thing I'd ask you to do in your journaling time is just to make sure you're praying with your kids. Now, if you can pray, you can have a kid pray, but just make sure before the first kid leaves at checkout that there's a prayer being said. And then finally, at 7:25, 7:26, 7:27, we need to have no more restroom breaks. So all restroom breaks need to be done. We also need all kids to be sitting at the table. Thanks again for watching this video. Thanks so much for being a leader. I'm looking forward to Wednesday night. And have a great day. We'll see you later.